All right, let's get into it. Major development coming out of the weekend with five-star running back David Gabriel George. Now, I got Pete Nakos here with me. And Pete, you got things going on Monday morning. You dropped a recruiting prediction machine pick for David Gabriel George to Tennessee. Ohio State has a couple picks in, namely Steve Wiltfong, long-time pick, I think well over a year now. He's had his prediction on Ohio State, which could always change. We're 48 hours out. But why? What made you confident to put in a pick for Tennessee?
Yeah, it's commitment week for David Gabriel George. He commits Wednesday, and all the intel in the last 72 hours is behind the Volunteers. Tennessee has felt ultra confident, I'd say, for about a month now, and it's continued to ramp up. Ohio State's always been a big player, big factor in this recruitment. But just everything I'm hearing from both sides, I feel really good about where Tennessee's at right now. We're going to dive into it. But, yeah, the Vols put on a heck of an OV, and they've continued to ramp that up in the last 6 weeks, and they feel good. And that's not to say Ohio State doesn't feel good, but it's clear at this point to me from everything I've heard and the people I've talked to that the confidence and momentum sits with Tennessee.
All right, and I know some Ohio State fans still holding out hope. We'll see what happens. I mean, Steve still has his pick, but let me take you guys behind the scenes a little bit on Steve Wiltfong. He is on vacation. My man probably doesn't even have access to a phone right now. I'm sure Steve's in a bunker just taking the time. No, I'm just kidding. He's probably still working the phone. So we'll see what happens if Steve flips his pick. But all right, let's get into this a little bit. And of course, Pete is an expert in NIL, so we're certainly going to talk NIL. But relationships matter in this recruitment. Tell us about it.
Yeah, he's obviously, one of the most talented running backs in the country, top 10 recruit in the class. He's from Quebec. He plays his high school football right now at Baylor School in Chattanooga. I think that matters, the fact that he's in the state of Tennessee. Some will say it doesn't. I think it does. I think it's definitely played a factor. I think the fact that he's so close to Vol Nation has definitely really put some pressure on to stay close in Knoxville. In terms of relationships, he has a really good relationship from everything I've heard with Tennessee head coach Josh Heupel. Obviously, Carlos Lachlan, the Ohio State running backs coach, has been a huge figure for DGG during his recruitment. But Heupel, Darrell Sims, the Tennessee running back coach, have really, competed well with Lachlan to build that relationship up with the Vols.
All right. And of course, NIL is also a factor. I mean, relationships are a factor. NIL is a factor. And this could be a historic NIL battle for David Gabriel George.
Yeah. Listen, I think that at the end of the day, I don't think money is going to be the reason why he goes anywhere. You got Ohio State. He recognizes the NFL talent that they produced and how he could be next in line. Tennessee, it's close to the Baylor School. He's been surrounded by Tennessee people. He understands the tradition there. Also sees what Deshaun Bishop has done the last few years. Not to mention that Peyton Manning's been around him because his youngest son is now at Baylor. So you got that. But NIL-wise, he's going to be the highest paid running back recruit of all time. It's going to be over $1 million. Going to be pushing that $2 million mark. There's been conversations, too, about trying to help the family, especially on the Tennessee side, making sure the family can go to all his college games. And Tennessee's made clear that they're willing to step up beyond just the contractually obligated cash.
So is the money equal on both sides of the table? Is Tennessee and Ohio State's NIL offer the same?
Yeah, so Ohio State is extremely competitive, but when you go all in and look at the all-in value, I'd say Tennessee's above.
Wow. So is this still an active recruitment, or do you think we are just gliding into decision day here?
Yeah, I wouldn't say we're gliding. I would definitely also say, though, that it's active. Both programs are definitely still in communication with DGG. Ole Miss has been a factor here, but it's really Ohio State and Tennessee down to the wire. Everything I've heard, I don't think he's really shown his hands to either of the schools. But at the same time, I just know where we're at, how both schools feel, and some people around them feel, and Tennessee definitely has the momentum.
All right. Well, you know what? Let's hear from the real recruiting experts. You guys, Ohio State or Tennessee, David Gabriel George, he's going to make his decision in about 48 hours. You guys talk to us in the comment section below.